And now we come to text B of our paper 1 reading, that is the summary writing and the short response task. So let's quickly revise the key steps to write a summary. As you can see on this slide, first stage in writing a summary is to read the original passage through so that you have a clear overview that we have already discussed in our previous video. Next, you need to fix clearly in your mind the precise requirements of the question. That is, you are going to underline what is the requirement of the question, and I have also underlined the important information in this point. Sometimes a question might ask for two related but separate aspects, such as the problems caused by flooding and the steps taken to prevent them. So when you are going to make the notes, or when you're going to read it, when you're reading the passage, so you have to identify, and the one tip is to have the code like P1 problems, P1, and S for steps. So P1, P2, P3, you are going to read and underline the problems, and for the second portion of the summary, you are going to read and underline the points with S1, S2, S3. Then third step is read through the passage again and make a list of the key points. So quickly jot down the points in the form of phrases, so that you are able to compile them and write the summary in a continuous, whether it's in a one paragraph or two paragraphs, according to the new paper pattern. So in this third point, you can see that you have to underline and highlight any words or phrase that have a direct relevance to the topic of your summary. Remember that summary should be the points you are going to collect for the summary. You are going to collect the relevant points, leave out unnecessary details, use as a heading. This I have already discussed with you, that problems and steps, for example. So you are going to make two headings and jot down the points quickly for your summary. For number 4 is watch out for repetitions of the same point in different words. So you have to avoid the repetition of the same point. Make sure that you are going to write one point and then you are going to move to another. If there is an elaboration of that point, don't repeat it. So this is one of the mistakes of the students. They waste their words. As summary, we know in summary writing we have to save our words like we save our money, and we also have to leave the examples and illustrations. Remember that we have to leave out examples and illustrations when we are collecting the points and writing the summary. Last and sixth point is watch out also for unnecessary descriptive writing padding, also for the figurative language, that is also only for the discussion and for the the points elaboration. For summary, you don't need. Summary should be relevant, it should be to the point. So now on this slide you can see an actual passage, that is a balloon flight. The instructions are given. It is taken from Cambridge endorsed book. As you can see, when you are reading, you are going to underline the main the points, the words that you, maybe because the summary is, when you are going to write the summary, you are going to use your own words. So you have to go through the passage twice and thrice and underline the points. And now on this slide you can see the notes which have been made. As you can see, what the writer saw, as we have already discussed, we have to make two headings: what the writer saw, the demand of the question is, and the writer's thoughts. So make two headings, jot down the points quickly in the form of notes like this, and then you would be able to. So on this slide you can see this is one sample summary written by a student. As you can see, it is beginning with at first the writer. So you have to, as the introductory line or the opening line is not given like in the previous the paper pattern, so you have to make your own. That should be generalized and it should be a thesis statement. Make sure that you're going to use the linking words also. You can see this summary of 170 words divided in two paragraphs. First paragraph covering the first heading, that is what the writer saw, and the second portion is the writer's thoughts. Make sure that once you have written half of the summary, count the number of the words, jot them down on the left side, so that you must know that you are going to abide by the word limit. Don't add any information, don't comment, don't use short forms in the summary, and make sure that the tense, as it is in the past tense, mostly the summaries are in the past tense, and you have to count the exact number of words and write down at the end, that is 170 of this summary. Now let's attempt an actual exam question. Read passage B carefully and then answer question number 3. So the passage B title is A Life-Changing Decision. In this passage, the writer describes the solitary life of John Treegood, a former teacher who decided to change his lifestyle. So this is the theme of the this passage. So the first step, as you have already learned in the points, the key steps of the summary, you have to go through the passage and you have to see what are the points that are going to you are going to underline. So you have to go to that portion of the paper where it is written, write a summary of what passage B tells you about John Treegood's essential daily needs and the difficulties he faces in maintaining his lifestyle. So the key words are, as you can see, I have underlined, that is essential daily needs and the difficulties. So coming back to the passage, now we have to make the points. We have, of course, we have two headings, so we are going to highlight, or we are going to write like this, that needs, for needs we are going to use the code N1, N2, N3, and for difficulties we are going to use the code D1, D2. When we are going to read, we are going to underline the needs and the difficulties. So and we are going to number them also, so it is easier for us to jot down the notes. As you can see in the first paragraph, the N1 is bought a horse, built a caravan, so these were his needs. Then N3 and 4 built caravan, then wasteland, and you can see the difficulties also, because they are then the difficulties and the needs, they are in mixed, so you have to identify. So when you're reading, so just underline and D1, D2, D3. So we have difficulties, 7 points for difficulties, and for the needs we have almost 8 points. But remember, when you are going to write down the notes and after you're going to compile the summary, so then you are going to connect and join the 2 points with linking words. Now on this slide you can see the points. You can quickly jot down your notes like this: needs written like this, difficulties 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, almost we have 15 points. In this summary we have the a certain word limit, maybe it's not 180, but we are going to focus on the content points. So once we have done we have finished, we have collected the underlined the points, we have collected the points, we have made the notes. Now we are going to we are ready to write the summary. Now the next step is to jot down the points under the 2 headings. First heading is needs, that we have already underlined the points. So as you can see, the 1 to 9, these are the points. Of course you are going to combine them. And the second paragraph, the heading for the heading for second paragraph is difficulties that John Treegood had to face from 10 to 15. So these are the difficulties. So once we have written the needs and difficulties, our notes are ready. So now we are prepared to write the final summary. So here is the sample summary. John Treegood led a simple life in the countryside, relying on his placid horse and caravan for transportation and shelter. He found solace in the vast open wasteland where he parked his caravan and kept his horse, allowing them both to roam freely. His financial income came from odd jobs and pruning hedges, while he gathered water from streams, collecting enough for himself and his horse. about 70 liters in total. So as you can see, we have done the first portion of the summary. The second paragraph is about, we are going to combine the points of his difficulties. Despite his self-sufficient lifestyle, John faced several difficulties. Harsh weather conditions, especially freezing temperatures often made life challenging. Furthermore, he occasionally forgot to collect his pension, adding to his financial strain. Accidents were not uncommon, as he once slipped on ice and broke his arm, leaving injuries untended for days without seeking immediate help. Moreover, as you can see, linking words are coming time and again. Moreover, assistance was often far away, with his nearest friends residing 7 kilometers distant, and his mobile phone, when he remembered to switch it on, provided limited connectivity. So the words of almost this summary are 134, as the passage is not very lengthy. So we have done the summary, and now we are going to recheck and edit it. Now is the B part of this summary question, and that is short response task. Here is the question. Imagine you are John Treegood, a former teacher who has changed his lifestyle. You are interviewed by a local news programmer about the effects of this change on his personality. Give your answer to the interviewer's question using information from the text. Interviewer's question. In this modern scientific age, what are the effects of this lifestyle? Your opinion. What is your opinion and reason? So in this question, you are supposed to give the answer in such a way that it is in the form of an interview. Of course, you are going to extract the information. So a quick rough sketch you have to make, and then jot down the points on left side of your paper, and then because it has only 5 marks, so you are just going to write down a short paragraph. So here is one sample answer. In this modern scientific age, embracing a simpler lifestyle has had profound effects on my personality. By disconnecting from the fast-paced, technology-driven world, I found a deeper connection with nature and a great sense of peace within myself. Living close to the land has taught me patience, resilience, and gratitude for life's simple pleasures. Of course, you're going to add 1 or 2 points related to the topic. It's allowed me to prioritize what truly matters, fostering a more mindful and sustainable way of living. While modern advancements have their benefits, I believe there's immense value in returning to a more traditional way of life, one that honors the earth and nurtures the soul. So this is how you are going to attempt this question. I hope you have learned a lot. So goodbye and good luck.